There are many different ways to find freelance writing clients, but today I'm going to show you how you can find the higher quality clients, the clients that allow you to make a full-time income. My advice is to avoid all content mills and even avoid sites like Fiverr and Upwork that are really popular for freelancers. And by the end of this video, you're going to know where you can look for clients to actually make a good income that allows you to leave your 9 to 5 or just level up the freelance income that you're earning right now. I'm Christine from paidcopywriter.com. I have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to helping freelance writers get on LinkedIn and learn how to cold pitch so they could learn to land higher paying clients. So if you're looking for free advice about how to manage your freelance business, or you want to learn about content marketing, copywriting, all of that fun stuff, you're definitely going to want to hit subscribe, like this video, and feel free to leave a comment down below.
One of the biggest points of confusion is that there's so many ways to find freelance clients, and the YouTubers like me out there telling you what to do, everyone seems to have a different suggestion, right? There's the freelance job boards. I know ProBlogger is a popular one. I've never been on there. Freelance Slack communities like Superpath actually, in my opinion, are pretty good. If you want to join Superpath, I would say it's probably more B2B focused. I think there's very high quality people in there. I did cold pitch in there. I didn't have success, but I also didn't go all in on it. If I was using Superpath as my primary channel, maybe I could have gotten an opportunity from there, but I just dabbled in it a little bit, and dabbling in a strategy is really not going to lead to success. You need to really go all in and really dedicate yourself to consistent pitching. There's also just the cold pitching that a lot of people talk about online, and they're typically talking about either cold emailing or cold messaging on social media platforms. Cold emailing, as a former sales rep who relied on email to book business and close deals, yes, email works, but it's also time consuming. I have used email, and just side note, I'll tell you how I use email. When I am really interested in a client and I really want to track them down, I will message them a few times on LinkedIn, and then I'll email them separately. And that has worked to get somebody to respond to me. So emailing has its time and its place, but it's very time consuming because you have to track down email addresses. At least with LinkedIn, everything that you need to contact someone is right there, and you can wind up not only in their LinkedIn messages, but in their inbox, because that's where the LinkedIn message goes. So it's double duty. You can apply to freelance jobs. I have gotten opportunities like this. Again, this has not been my primary tactic, but I do it in a supplementary way, and I have gotten jobs. There's a lot of agency jobs, and I have a YouTube video explaining the difference between working for a client directly, working for an agency. I have gotten a lot of agency opportunities on LinkedIn. There are job boards like Indeed. I did get a job on remote.co that was really good for me. It was a publication called Fit Small Business. So remote.co, I get their emails to my inbox. They're pretty good. My specialty and what I talk about all the time is cold pitching on LinkedIn, because it is literally how I got my first anchor client, which was an $1,100 per month blog client. I believe it is the most effective way to land higher paying clients. And hot take, I would say avoid Fiverr and Upwork. Anything that requires you to bid for jobs, I would actually rather say double down on a job board versus a bidding site. I think bidding sites like Fiverr and Upwork, they're oversaturated, they're overcrowded. They take a portion of your profit, which I don't like. And it also just puts the client so in the driver's seat. They have this marketplace filled with writers that they can just pluck from thin air. And I just think that's not the situation I want to be in, and you might not want to either. You should use LinkedIn to pitch for a few reasons, okay? And I'm by no means a LinkedIn like guru. I have a very a complicated relationship with social media. I'm not a LinkedIn thought leader. I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of this platform. I can genuinely just say I got on there, I used it, and it worked. It's a professional platform, right? It's meant for prospecting. And if you don't know what prospecting means, that literally means searching for new business and doing cold outreach, searching for new customers. It's not really the same as DMing somebody on social media. Sometimes that can be seen as invasive. LinkedIn is really meant for that. The higher paying clients are going to be on LinkedIn just because they're probably a more established business and they have a more established presence. Also, LinkedIn serves as an org chart. Back in the day, people used to put their employees on websites, and I don't think people are doing that much anymore because the turnover is so high. The web guy is going to have to go in there and remove people like every week at this rate. So you can track people's moves and know exactly where people are working and what their role is on LinkedIn. It really gives you this x-ray vision into a company's organizational structure, which is so key. It's just actually amazing when you really think about it, because you're not guessing. You like, there's no more, hey, to whom it may concern. Like, you know who's doing what job in that company. Also, an optimized profile is just going to make it easier for you to be found. I created a reel about this a couple months ago, and I broke down, like, I went into my invoicing software and I broke down where all of my clients actually came from, which was a fun exercise because I've written for so many companies at this point. But actually, the majority of invoices were from companies who came to me, who found me on LinkedIn. But it's interesting because I will never say to you, hey, just sit there, fill out your profile and wait for people to come to you. No, you do that and it's sitting there and it's gaining that compound interest because you're going to start showing up in the search results. But you have to actually be proactive and look for clients. And all of the work I did to look for clients, business was coming toward me. So just keep that in mind.
If you want to write for a living, you are definitely going to want to check out my free guide below, where I show you how to cold pitch clients on LinkedIn and build a full-time freelance career as a writer. Definitely check that out. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.